Okay, how does it look? We've got a new lighting setup going on this week, and I'm super curious to know, in comparison to my other videos, does this look better? I would love to hear your comments down below, and if enough of you like this, then I'm happy to do a video about the brand new light that I added to my collection recently. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today, it is all about your business plan. What's shaking, bacon? I'm Joni Simon. Welcome to my studio. This is where I do food photography, and the goal here is to grow your food photography skills so you can feel confident behind the camera. And I just realized my coffee's over here. We need to bring the coffee right here. But today we are talking about your business plan, and of course it's inspired from the reading this month, What They Didn't Teach You in Photo School. And we're turning to page 142 to talk specifically about your business plan. This is a super helpful framework if you're just starting, or maybe you've been doing photography for a while and you just feel like, you don't have a lot of clarity on the direction of your business. As far as your business plan, what I would recommend is just taking like a morning or an afternoon, like a chunk of time that you can devote to just really sitting and thinking about your business and thinking about your goals and thinking about the questions that this book is asking. So first question being, who is your target audience? So for me, for example, all of my clientele are food related, that I'm not gonna start shooting architectural photography. I'm not gonna suddenly start doing real estate photos or wedding photography. So really being able to niche down can sometimes really help differentiate you in the marketplace. But then even within that niche, you can have very specific targets, because like food photography, for example, can range from everything from, small little mom and pop restaurant who needs social media images, all the way up to big national ad campaigns and kind of everything in between, cookbooks. I mean, there's so much variety and diversity in the kind of photography work that's available in the food industry. So really having a focus on that. And well, why is that important? Well, because it's important to understand, well, what's the income level that we're dealing with in terms of these clients, and what are their buying habits? What are their needs and pain points? That you can find a lot of similarities between different kinds of clients. So like if you look at my client list and my target audience, that I very specifically go after medium-sized food brands. The idea that they have a healthy amount of budget in order to afford professional photography, that they're needing these images for their website and for packaging and for banners, for trade shows and all sorts of things. Kind of gives me a good range of different kinds of projects and ongoing projects for these kinds of clients. And they also generally have their own in-house marketing that I'm working very closely with, which I personally enjoy, because that means that I can contribute some creativity in terms of the vision of the images and the campaigns, really be involved in that. Whereas when I'm working with larger ad agencies and advertising clients, that sometimes the vision is already very clearly set and it's just a matter of executing someone else's vision. So it all just completely depends on what's the kind of work you like to do, what's the kind of client you want to go after, and really specializing in that and honing in on that, because then once you've done really well with that model, it's easy to replicate that over and over again and then start to create systems that then support those kinds of clients. All right, so number 2, why should clients choose you over any other photographer? And this is when we get like insecure and go, because my work is better? No, that's not the answer. As we've talked about in a previous video, the best photographers are not the highest paid photographers. It's about marketing yourself. But 2, like who can qualify who's the best food photographer, right? Because we're all coming at it with our own subjective opinions about what we like and what we're going for. And so depending on the particular client, they may be looking to you for your own unique creative vision. So it is really important as you are going along your photography journey to really cultivate your own sense of style and aesthetic that can really help in getting you hired. But then 2, it says, how do you differ from competitors in the same genre? And it's not always just the difference of the images. It can be other things, such as just your level of professionalism in the way that you're dealing with the clients. And for me, I am always always about jumping on phone calls with people. Like, I will not take on a shoot if I've not had some sort of conversation and cultivated a relationship and really understand what they're looking for, who they are, and how I can help them in their own business. And so that is a value add, and that's something that differentiates you against other photographers who you might be competing against. And like he says here, don't be vague, write it down. What makes your services extraordinary and what makes you stand out from the rest? And these things too will morph and change over time, and the more work you do and the more that you interact with clients, the more you'll discover some of these things. So, if you've not revisited your business plan in maybe a year or two and you've been working professionally, it might be well time to do so. All right, so next up, what exactly is your business? What specific services do you aim to provide? And you go, well, the photography, right? Well, yes, but sometimes you can end up with a lot of different things happening under one business. And so maybe you're doing photography, but then you're also doing social media management, and maybe you're also doing video creation. There's a lot of different things that photographers these days can find themselves asked to do by a given client, depending again on that client's organization and the kind of target audience you're going after. But again, for me, working with sort of these mid-sized brands, they've got healthy budgets, but they don't have like the biggest budgets in the world. So it is nice for them to be able to rely on me, not only for their photography needs, but also for their video. And so a good bit of my business is also doing video work. And that's something that I have spelled out. But for me, I don't do social media management for my clients. It's just something that is too much of a distraction, and it keeps me from doing what it is that I really love. So writing those things down, being very clear, is super helpful. All right, so next up is, why are you in business? And you think, well, because I like to take pictures of food. Yes, but there's probably also something deeper there. There's an underlying passion, that thing that gets you excited, that gets you up out of bed in the morning, that makes you want to work hard and challenge yourself, and it's going to push you when it's hard and when it's not fun. So what is that underlying why? And if you need help with this one, if you haven't seen it already, there's a fantastic TED Talk by Simon Sinek all about the power of why. Highly recommend it to anybody who's a solopreneur, a freelancer, entrepreneur. It's all about, again, that inner motivation, that thing that's bigger than yourself, that's bigger than just, I like to take photos. Like, for example, for me, for this channel, my why for this channel is because nothing makes me happier than to see you guys totally rocking it. When I get those messages about like the aha moments, or oh my gosh, I've just gotten my first client, like those big wins that I see you guys getting through the comment section and over on Instagram, I mean, that is just the best thing ever. And that's what gets me excited. That's why I'm making videos like this right now. And so how can you apply that to your photography business? Because that will set you apart. All right, and the final one is, what extra can you offer clients? And this goes hand in hand with the why should clients choose you? I mean, there's a lot of similarity here, but even more so, what are some of the things that you can offer that are different, that are above and beyond, that are going to be an extra value to your client? So for example, with a lot of my clients, they have in-house marketing, but they may not have in-house designers, and so they need a lot of help just in terms of the sizing of their images, and sometimes, helping with layouts and things like that from a design aspect, and I love to do those things. And so certainly that is a part of my relationship with some of my clients. And like another thing that I offer is long-term archiving and access to their images. So like, for example, if I've got a client and we did a shoot like 4 years ago, and they come to me and say, hey, there was that picture of the pizza and I want to be able to use that for something on my website, where is that I very quickly can send them a link and they can download it and have access directly to it. Whereas some photographers, you'll see in their contracts, will only give access for 6 months or a year. Because again, as far as my business plan, I'm here to cultivate long-term relationships with clients. And so ensuring that they will have access to those images very easily for a long time is an important aspect of what makes me unique and an added value to my clients. But then if we turn the page, and the other super important part of your business plan then is the financial side of things, and understanding how do we make this business profitable. And so we're going to save that for next week. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that next week, and we're going to talk all about your finances and how you can ensure that you are creating a profitable business for yourself.